there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Prussian campaign. Last time around we kinda helped the British over in Normandy as they were besieged by the French. We turned up kinda late, so there was like 2 British people left. The rest of them had starved to death, but nonetheless we helped them. And we kind of pushed out the last bastion of French troops within France, with a slight, well, not entirely. I'm gonna go through what happened in between what we see right here and last time. So, as you can see right now, let's just go over the situation. We have cornered the last of Napoleon and his armies down here in Italy, northern Italy. Specifically these 2 provinces. So we got the city of Milan over here, and we've got the city of Torino in the Piedmont region. And we've cornered him down here. It's roughly, I think, almost like not half a year, but winter's come and passed. That's what I'm gonna say. So, since last time around, the thing which I had a problem with, as I was kind of mopping stuff up, the Spanish were leaving. I actually signed a peace treaty with the Spanish. I think I showed when I yeah, I must have done that. I don't think I would have done that off camera. So I showed when we released these guys and so forth. And now you might wonder, did you buy it of the English? Did you buy Normandy of them? No. So I'm gonna go through what happened there. What I'd done is I'd quickly moved as quickly as possible to actually end the campaign and fight Napoleon over in Innsbruck, which he was situated, I think, last time I talked to you guys. And I had set it up right there, but then Austria goes ahead and fucks it all up because they decide, you know what, we hate the Greeks, so we're gonna attack them. And that meant that either I could side with the Greeks, and that would mean war with the Austrians, and I had troops moving around in Austria and a bit all over the place. So it would be complete mess. Or I could abandon Greece, in which case a lot of people would dislike me because I would abandon my ally. Which in turns led to someone who was on the brink of declaring war on me, Great Britain declaring war on me. So I kind of had the choice, either Austria or Great Britain. And I decided that it's probably going to be easier if I fought Great Britain. So I said, sorry Greece, but you're going to have to be on your own for this one. And the Greeks actually handled it pretty well. I've seen Greek armies actually pushing all the way up here. They haven't really been able to take the province, but I've seen Greek armies push this far. So I would assume it's going pretty well for them. The Austrians are messing that campaign up. So with that, war with Britain came, and so yeah, that's not too nice, of course. I've got a trade ship here, we're gonna move that down. I was able to fight a small naval battle against a... no, wrong. Where is my trade navy? I was hoping I would get ivory, but I have to settle with spice. I was able to fight a small British navy force, but also a smaller French force. And I took their trade ship, so now I have 3 trade ships. So I got this French one, the Redoutable, and I got this one. I actually lost this one and then I captured it back. And then we have this one, which is, of course, mine. Recruited. So that happened. Yeah, well, yeah, the British, they actually invaded in Königsberg, which we had an awful battle, but I won eventually. Also, there was a few French troops here, but nothing much. And I decided to skip all of this just because it was kind of side quests at that point. It would be weird if you're sort of on the verge of winning the final campaign. You're up there, you got the legendary sword, and the dragon is right over there, and then you go, oh, you know what? Mrs. Harper needs me to fetch 10 flowers for his shepherd pie or whatever. So it kind of felt like that. So I decided to cut that all out, and also the battle I did, the last kind of battle I did there against Napoleon, it wasn't very satisfying, and Napoleon actually managed to escape after the battle. So I just said, screw it, and I chucked the video in the bin. So right now, yes, this is what we have. What we're probably looking at is 2 videos though. We're gonna split this up. So just to completely annihilate the Napoleon and his forces. So I believe also we have Marshal Ney somewhere here. I think he might be hiding up in the forest there. So there's a lot more troops in this area than what we can see. So for this video, what I'm thinking is that Gneisenau will go ahead and attack Milan, take out that, open up the route for Blucher to go ahead and attack Napoleon, and you know, we'll bring in as much as I can, and we'll have the fight there, and it's gonna be like the last final battle. We're gonna have Napoleon, we're gonna have Marshal Ney, we're gonna have all the generals, the Saxons and everything, and hopefully it will be wonderful if I not somehow manage to screw that up. And then once we've done that, of course we're gonna have to start a new campaign, but you're gonna have to just check out the community posts, and I'll post something there. And what I'm also thinking is, once we're done with this, I should have live streamed a long time ago, but what I'm thinking is I'll do a test, and then we'll do similar as we've done before. We'll do a vanilla Napoleon Total War, where I basically invite anyone to come and fight me. Anyone's like watching me then, so any, you know, subscriber that, or anyone that just turns up, watches the stream, can then join in and fight me. I'll probably have someone just in case to fight me to start off with. Anyways, not going into that too much, let's go ahead and have Gneisenau cross the bridge and then fight Milan, and once that's done we will be set for the last video, which will be one hell of a battle to defeat Napoleon and Marshal Ney and all his legendary troops. I've seen some interesting Polish troops here that I don't think we've fought before, which I was really happy to see, that we've got not just all the bloody Bavarians that Napoleon usually brings for his bloody army. Anyways, Gneisenau, August to the front, and yeah, we're gonna smash this force. It's got some legendary troops in this one as well. Are the Bretons? Isn't that the guys that I just gave independence? But they still have 183 men fighting for Napoleon. I'm hoping they can kind of scout out, because I really don't want to get ambushed here by Marshal Ney. Right, anyways, you've waited long enough. Let's march to battle, shall we? And here we are at the outskirts of Milan, and we can see the enemy general over there, so we imagine that they spawn their forces either in clumps, I guess, or right through the city. Plan is to advance and attack them. We're gonna have the Jaegers move towards these houses, capture them. Cannons over here. We've got the light Fusilier troops in the middle, and then in 2 stacks we've got the Prussian musketeers, followed by the East Prussian musketeers. On the right flank we've got the West Prussian dragoons, or cavalry it says, and then furthest out here we've got the Live Hussar regiment. Let's see, that captain with the skull and bones. Right, with that said, let's go ahead and start, shall we? We're gonna start by advancing. And also make sure that we capture these houses. I'm kinda hoping that we're gonna get a city battle. I guess we'll keep this one in reserve, as there's not enough area to move both, or all three brigades up. Got some of those Bretons moving out there. I was a bit unsure about the cannon position, because it's right kind of... I mean, if someone moves very close, they'll fire into the ground there, bombarding the enemy general. Right, the Jaegers taking up position in the houses. I wonder if I shouldn't move this one possibly over to the town hall instead, just of where I can see the enemy troops are right now. Also, I kind of need to move up the cavalry to follow the movements of the army, because right now I'm seeing the enemy over there. And I kind of want to have support of the houses as we advance. You know what? We're gonna leave this house and we're gonna move towards capturing the town hall, and in that way secure the town for ourselves. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take these, which are the musketeers. We're gonna move into town, and then they are gonna be replaced with the East Prussians. And then we have the Fusiliers, which will back off just the slightest and turn towards where we can see the enemy forces right now. You can see the cannons now. Kind of want to move up my artillery to properly be able to launch my attacks on those cannons. We got cavalry advancing. These make full squares, so we'll make full squares of all. Same with this one, as we got kind of a massive French cavalry charge. Not the biggest we've seen. I don't know why I said massive. It's not actually that big. Just looked like the... Well, as per usual, the... You know what? It is rather a massive cavalry charge. They're sending in everything right now to attack us, which I don't really see why they're doing that. I would, if I could, move these guys into square. I think these guys just snagged onto that square over there, and they're taking some really heavy rifle fire from the house. This square is actually not doing that well. Damn, there's so much cavalry all over the place. Oh, they're kind of overrunning this square. I don't know what the French are thinking with all these suicide cavalry charges. However, they are supported by infantry coming up really close. We got this one not doing too well. We need the general out here. Some of these units are not really holding up under the stress of this. These three units still made it into town. I'm gonna set them up there. And the Jaeger unit should move to the... right. Let's see. Cavalry seems to have been mostly defeated. The Fusiliers will regroup at the road. We're taking fire here. These guys will retreat. The Hussars will move in. I think we'll move all the cavalry actually to do a swipe at the enemy cannons. The artillery will hold fire and then redo it. Oh, they even broke the square here.
Our men are running, sir.
That did not go well, and that kind of breaks my army in two. Taking heavy fire from the voltigeurs. So the East Prussians will rout. We actually have two East Prussians then in full retreat. So the cavalry charge did kind of work here. I mean, I guess I've had so much success that I kind of got a little bit over cocky there. I didn't think they were gonna be this, like, go this heavy to attack me. Like, normally they just send in the cavalry, but this time I guess they kind of smart up and they bring in the infantry right after to actually quite, well, I wouldn't say devastating results. It's unusually, maybe it's just because you guys always complain. It's like I lose 10 men and you go, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. I show this video to my village and the village was set on fire. I wouldn't say everyone says that, but there's a few loud guys that seemingly if I lose a single unit, I still win the battle, but I lose this one unit, they go, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. I can't believe this just happened. My mom contracted cancer after I showed her this video. Let's see. Oh, the troops, they didn't even retreat off the field, so we still have everyone there. But I guess these will be put more towards a reserve role. Completely forgot about the cavalry, but they seem to have done quite well. I just see if the other two managed to go over here. I guess the cavalry is so used to me not giving a shit about them that they figured out how to win all on their own without me being there to support them. Catastrophe averted. We didn't need any extra troops brought in from Prussia, and the way up to Napoleon seems to be cleared. Jesus Christ, the French troops, I guess Napoleon's presence here really, I don't know why we're shooting at the retreating troops, that's kind of foul. Damn, they put a lot of troops here. The French are really bringing the A game here for the end. This is a really good battle in terms of how the French performed here. Right, we're not really being able to lay a lot of fire on this guy, but at the same time, it's kind of dangerous advancing on French voltigeurs. But if we move up everyone, I think we can do it. Canister was enough. If they would have charged or moved heavy with bayonets instead of shooting from this stupid angle, they could definitely have taken out my cannons. That's why a versus campaign would be really interesting, because then you would have... Actually, last time I played a versus campaign, I played against McCabe, and in some instances he made some worse mistakes than the AI. But I think maybe he's smart enough. Also, it's a lot easier doing those campaigns, like doing those as small campaigns, because long campaigns you can't really, it's really hard to you know, count on someone else for when you're... Oh shit, I didn't notice you were still there.
Our men are running, sir.
Cavalry was all over the place, and when I decided to finally take control of them, you know what, we'll go for... Oh, it's Young Guard voltigeurs. Yeah, we're not going to do a head-on charge for those. The Live Hussar will move on these guys, and then we'll have these three come in, take the front, and then the West Prussian cavalry can move in from the back and smite them that way. The voltigeurs still in play here. For some reason, these guys having a hard time returning fire. But now that we get crossfire going on the French, they will have to give up their position. We can move through. This unit decides to move straight in front of the of the cannon. That's wonderful. Right. The young guards here. Pretty devastating. I don't know why I draw the line on this side of the fence. Look at this malingerer. Oh, you know what? Don't worry about me. I'll join in my time. Or he's a really old fella. Who knows? Putting a lot of fire down upon these guys. I'll advance the troops to have them stop fire, and then we can go in and bayonet. Live Hussar did their job. These guys walked in front of the canister, so they died. And the French decide to run in the face of the cavalry, which is not that great. However, they didn't have that much choices. They were stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Would be nice if the cavalry actually made an attempt to go for the unit rather than riding to the side of it. And then we quickly overrun them. And as I'm about to say that this means victory, another unit has rallied. And it's another Voltigeur unit. It goes against this brigade. It's actually taking some Jaeger fire from the town hall. It's a very large building, isn't it? And there's nothing in here. Can you be in the towers? Oh yeah, you can. There are a few people here. But there's nothing in there. Oh, there we go. I was stuck looking at in the interior and forgetting completely about the battle. Not that it mattered, because we won, and this army will give Napoleon a bit of a handicap, because we're not going to bring this army. This one will be stationed in Milan just so Blucher can move through. Right, let's end turn and set preparations for final battle. And here we have the result. Apparently I deployed, well, if you count Blucher's army as well, we deployed 6,000 men. Lost 700, but we killed their entire force. Highest killers were the artillery, no surprise there. Then the live hussar and the West Prussian cavalry. Then we got Prussian Fusiliers, and then more cavalry. And then as we go down... Oh yeah, then we go down to the Zeros, and that's Blucher's army. And Milan's captured. I could release it, but I fear that... What's they called? My idiot cousin, Austria, will go ahead and declare war on me over it. My spy can infiltrate in Napoleon, 45. Maybe, you know what, since it's the last, I can declare war on Spain again just to get that Spanish army in there as well. Let's get this spy somewhere here. I'm kind of hesitant to end the turn because I don't want the enemy to move around too much, but Blucher's within range. These armies will be within range. We'll move them to the hills. Scharnhorst. Oh, you know what? They're not actually. Well, now we move this guy out on his own. Right, we're gonna have to move Scharnhorst, Gneisenau out there. If I want to end turn, that is. You know what? I can do it with 3 armies. Bloody hell. Right. I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna end turn, see what happens. But otherwise, we'll go ahead and fight here. But not today, though. Not today. I think that's enough. It's actually going to be a quite short video, but hope you don't mind. Right. Hopefully the British won't do anything stupid if I end turn. Arthur Wesley is back. He was actually the one that attacked over in Königsberg. which I didn't really have any troops to defend, and he came with a full British stack. Right. There we have that. I've seen a lot of people putting down in the comments, you know, oh, next time I want you to do Britain or Russia or whatever. As I usually say, I'm not gonna do the same game or mod twice in a row. So we're not gonna do Napoleon campaign directly after. So that won't be a choice to vote on. So you can vote on something else. Right. With that said, I say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.